This is Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for joining us here on Lunchtime News. Well, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up this afternoon. My name is Wambiru. Our sign language interpreter is Ann Wangeshi. Welcome to the broadcast. Now we shall be crossing over to Kabunde Airstrip in Homa Bay County, where County Women MP Joyce Osogo Bensuda has launched an environmental conservation drive in Homa Bay County. The initiative will see each public school in the county plant at least 200 tree seedlings. Achola, kindly give us a detailed report.
Well, thank you very much, Jacqueline Wambiru. Indeed, Bensuda Osogo Joyce will be planting in this particular drive. She will ensure that each and every public school in Homa Bay County plants at least 200 trees. And we are actually reliably informed that this county has about 189 public schools. So that she actually puts us into perspective of exactly what she'll be doing, if indeed this is just a tree planting session or it is an environmental conservation, as she puts it. She's here to actually put us into perspective.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We are in Homa Bay County, right in Arujo Ward, one of the wards in Homa Bay County, town constituency. So today we are planting, and I'm doing a mega launch on environmental conservation. I am going green in all the 8 constituencies. As I'm speaking today, I want to tell the nation that I'm planting trees and distributing trees in Suba South, Suba North, Ndewa, Rangwe, Homa Bay Town. I'm distributing trees in Karachuanyo and also in Kasipul and Kabondo Kasipul. I want to say that in all the 40 wards, work is ongoing. My target population for tree planting, growing and sustainability for future and life is to ensure that in all our public primary schools in Homa Bay County, 1,116. By today, my data stands at phase 1 of all schools receiving 100 seedlings, and my target is 200 seedlings. Number 2, I want to say that in all secondary schools, public 354, they have also received their tree seedlings. I'm happy that 3/4 of the schools, both primary and secondary, as we are speaking, they've already planted their trees. Others are digging the holes, others are collecting in the ward areas, and by the end of the day, as the sun sets, it has to stand in record that Homa Bay County has gone green with Bensuda. 4 more components alongside environmental conservation. I'm talking of waste management support. I'm talking about advocacy for environmental conservation. I'm also talking about empowering the youths and digitalizing information to ensure that environmental issues and climate change goes in line with our agenda of ensuring that environment is conserved. No wonder standing with me are environmentalists. They are ready to support this cause. They have the professional knowledge. We have planted trees on this ground. This does not live alone. The PWDs, and as you can see, we have a primary school called Nyaburi Primary School. PWDs, they have gone green. They are planting trees in their composition, and that means they are suited and fit for this country. My last advice, everybody who is a partner, let's join to making sure that environmental conservation is appraised. Thank you.
Last question, Mheshimiwa. What is the drive behind this particular noble cause?
Number 1, when I was campaigning, I said that one of my strategic plan is going to be environmental conservation. And the drive was from the women leadership. And at this perspective, I was informed by the advocacy by a personality very strong, the late Honorable Professor Wangari Maathai. And no wonder have acknowledged her even in our absence, and his roll-up banner is there. Number 2, drive the Mau Forest. And this I want to appreciate none other than Baba, who fought hard to ensure that Mau Forest was not destroyed. I stand as a woman leader, full of personality. That is my drive. I'm informed by my project perspective. What is that which delivers services at the community level? Not only the other issues, but when we have a good environment, which is cool and conducive, a woman needs firewood, a woman needs charcoal, my son needs to marry, my child needs to put a house. I'm telling you, the furniture in the Juakali sector, all this has supplied.
Well, those live pictures are from Kabunde Airstrip in Homa Bay County, where an environment conservation drive has been launched. Now, in other news, security agencies in Kiambu County have been put on high alert over the alleged regrouping of illegal gangs. County Commissioner Joshua Kanatha responding to concerns raised by a section of local leaders over alleged recruitment of Mungiki sect members in the central Kenya region. The county security boss said there is no room for outlawed groups.
Juzi ya kwamba watu wanajificha kwa wazee wa kiama. Sisi hakuna mtu mheshimiwa kamishna tutaficha. Kama uko kwa chama na wewe unafanya mambo maovu, sisi hatuko pamoja na wewe. Ukishikwa uko maneno yako.
Tunaomba kama kuna mtu ambaye labda anafikiria anaisamusha, ama kama kuna vijana ambao wanajiunga wenyewe, wajue tuko macho na tutakubali mambo kama hiyo iendelee. Tulimaliza magengi yote ya uhalifu katika nchi yetu na tunataka kuishi kwa ustaarabu. Kama ni mambo ya pombe ile inatoka Nairobi tunaipiga. Kama ni mandawa ile inatoka Nairobi tunapiga. Kama ni illegal aliens wale wanahusika na commission of crime wakitoka Nairobi ama wapi tunapambana nao.
The Ministry of Interior has been urged to increase the number of National Police reservists in Samburu County. Samburu Governor Lati Lelelit says the fact that Samburu is one of the county leading in the surrender of illegal firearms in the ongoing security operation in the 6 disturbed counties of the North Rift is a pointer for the need to beef security in the county. He therefore called for more National Police reservist allocation to curb insecurity in the area. The governor also urged the government to address insecurity in Lusuk West location, which he says remains the only disturbed area in Samburu County. The area leaders have also called on the communities in the area to coexist in peace and unite in dealing with criminal elements.
Kwa sababu watu wanajua terrain, wanajua pesa kidogo na ndio wanaelewa terrain hiyo wanasaidia serikali kama mkoa wa serikali. Na tumesema tunaomba tuendelee kufuata NPR.
Muizi ni muizi. Kijana mmoja Mturkana kuja kuiba ng'ombe hapa Bendera. Sio community ya Turkana ndio imekuja imeiba. Ni mtu mmoja. Kijana wa Masikita kienda kuiba huko chini. Sio Wasamburu wote wameiba. Ni huyo kijana mmoja.
And away from Samburu County, 5 women groups from different communities in Laikipia County have embarked on agroecology leadership and the fight against retrogressive cultures to reduce over-reliance on aid. The women say the recent long dry spell has taught them to turn scarce resources into channels for sustainable economic growth. The women are also partnering with the county government to identify and expand their market.
Tunaangazia mambo ya ukulima, tuwezeshe wakina mama na maboma zetu tuweze kujiwezesha mambo ya chakula. Na kwa hivyo siku ya leo tunataka kuchukua hii nafasi on behalf ya people of Laikipia kushukuru Growth Kenya because ya vile wamesimama pamoja na akina mama kwa uongozi na kuinua maisha yao mambo ya ukulima. Na sisi kama county tumeamua kwamba tutaendelea na kuchikana na wao. Sisi kule tunafaa kuweka maji ndio waweze kulima kama vile mnaona hapa ukulima mzuri sana. Tutaendelea na kuchikana, tutahakikisha tumefikishia hata zaidi ya wakulima 3,000-5,000 waweze kujiwezesha. Na kwanza kama mahali tupo ni mahali ya wakulima ni wafugaji, na kwa hivyo tunataka kuchange that part of the farming system ya wakulima wafugaji, akina mama wafugaji, tuone ya kwamba wanaweza kuinua maisha kupitia ukulima wa aina hii.
Ina implement katika kaunti ya Laikipia na tunaangazia at least tutafikia wakulima 1,000. Ni mradi ambao kwa njia rahisi naweza sema ni mradi wa kilimo, lakini ile kilimo tunaangazia ni kilimo ya agroekolojia. Tunaelewa ya kwamba this modern times tuko na ile fenomena ambayo tunaita ni climate change. Vile tulikuwa tunapata mvua, siku hizi ile mvua haikuji. Tumekaa karibu miaka 4 na kiangazi, lakini tunashukuru Mungu mvua imekuja. Kwa hivyo ni lazima tubadilishe jinsi ambao tunafanya kilimo chetu. Kwa hivyo groups tukishirikiana na county government ya Laikipia ambao wanatusupport sana kwa technical training, tunafikia wakulima, tunawapatia yale masomo, tunawapatia resources kidogo ambazo zinakuja in kind ili waweze kuadapt ama kupromote ile model tunaita agroecological practices. Na tunajua hiyo sio mwisho, pia tunataka wawe katika uongozi.
Ni kama tulisoma kitu, kwa sababu ukienda sasa maboma zingine ni kama mbuzi imeisha, ng'ombe imeisha, sasa watu wanashinda watafanya nini. Lakini kupitia hii shirika ya Growth Kenya tumejua tunaweza lima, tumejua mshanga ikufi, tumejua tunaweza funa na kukula chakula na kusomesha pia watoto wetu.
Tujue maana ya mchanga, kwa maana sisi tulikuwa tumesoya nyama na maziwa sana. Hatukuwa tunajua ukulima ya mchanga inaanza kutusaidia tupate pesa, tupate chakula. Sasa sisi tulikuwa tunategemeanga tu kitu kimoja. Kwa hivyo tumeshukuru sana hata Growth Kenya kuja kutuelimisha tushikane na hizi jamii zingine.
Still on environmental matters, the National Environment Management Authority and the Natural Environment Protection Unit have launched a tree planting exercise in Kiharo constituency, Murang'a County. During the exercise at St. Joseph Kiangange Primary School, NEMA Director Sarah Waruo said the initiative will be extended to springs, riparian land and forests within the county. Eunice Njoroge, a conservationist at the Kenya Forest Service, urged residents to continue planting tree seedlings guided by experts who will advise on the best species. Murang'a County has 16.8% forest cover, which is slightly more than half of the target.
Tuna launch about 5,000 tree seedlings kwa mashule katika wetlands zetu kwa riparian ya mito yetu Murang'a. Tunajua Murang'a tuko na mito mingi na tunapeana maji, kwa hivyo tunataka kupanda riparian, conservation and restoration. Mwito wangu kama NEMA tukishirikiana na wale wengine kwamba sisi wote tushirikiane turudishe mazingira yetu mahali ilikuwa.
Miti yenye wanapanda cause miti na manufaa kadhaa ndio kama ni miti ambao wajue vile wataitunza ndio wapate manufaa. Forest cover ni 16.68% na tree cover ni 27.8% na tunahimiza ndio tufikishe 30%. Tushikane sisi wote multisectoral na all the stakeholders within the national government, the county government na watu binafsi, wakulima wote tushikanie pamoja ndio tuweze kuachieve the 30%.
Tunafanya agribusiness na njia ya kupanda hash avocado na maembe, miti ya maembe ambayo wale wanapanda hizo miti wataweza kupata faida kwa njia ya kufanya biashara na hiyo miti ya matunda.
Thwake Dam project on the border of Kitui and Makueni County has become a huge tourist attraction site, especially for schools in Kitui, Machakos and Makueni counties. Ibrahim Shikoka, a senior official at SMEC, one of the companies undertaking the Vision 2030 flagship project, said the dam has in the recent months recorded an upsurge in schools rushing to see the project before it is commissioned next year.
It will be useful in harnessing the flood flows from the seasonal rivers. As you understand, this is an arid area and therefore will be harnessing flood waters from the mighty Thwake River and also the Athi River.
The dam will be very crucial to the residents of the area, Makueni County, Konza City, and also Machakos and Kitui counties. So what I can urge the president is to make sure they fund the money. I know that there is challenge in the economy, but they can source funds so that they can fund the dam for its completion.
We also wanted to come and see this dam, which we learn from our books, and we wanted to diminish the issue of teaching children theoretically when the dam area is just next door. So that's why we decided to come and see a dam in construction, because this is a lifetime major project which the children will never see another one being constructed probably in the next near future.
In other news, Machakos County Commissioner Josephine Ouko has called for calm as the government moves to tackle land disputes in the region. Ouko says she is in receipt of complaints from locals about the tedious processes involved in the acquisition of title deeds. Ouko was responding to calls by area leaders to have the government remove bureaucratic red tapes at the region's land registry.
Mnataka title deed watoe restriction. Yes. Kwa sababu hiyo restriction ndio wanaikwamilia. Wanasema title deed ilipotea, the mother title. Lakini tunajua njia ambayo tunaweza kufuata ambayo ni halali. Kwa nini mnakataa kuchukua title? Zimejaa. Ule mtu atakuitisha Hongo Lands, niandikie, niko hapo next. Kuja tu niongee uniambie mama uko twende. Huyu ananiitisha pesa.
And on human-wildlife conflict, one person died after he was attacked by an elephant in Masongaleni ward of Mutitwandei area, Makueni County. Chris Musai was tilling his farm when the jumbo trampled on him. The incident has sparked the wrath of Makueni leaders who expressed dissatisfaction in the way the issue of human-wildlife conflict is being handled in the county and threatened to sue Cabinet Secretary Penina Malonza for negligence.
Atakuwa ni waziri Malonza. Ipo wakamba wengi wanaanza kuwa waziri wa wanyama. Mtu ya pili ni director wa KWS. Mtu ya tatu ni ule officer alikuwa ground, akafanyiwa conduct na akachelewa.
Wakati umepatikana pale kwa mpaka, unawekwa pingu, unafunguliwa mashtaka ingine. Wakati ndovu ametoka Kikundu, ameua mtu, huyo ndovu mumeweka pingu.
Babasi Member of Parliament Innocent Obiri Momanyi has deferred with his constituents over the state of the 13-kilometer Igare Materio Nyacheki road. While the residents claim the road was in deplorable condition, Momanyi asserted that the road was in good all-weather condition and accused those protesting about its state of being used by his political detractors. The tiff resulted in the residents planting banana stems in bad sections of the road to compel the MP to rehabilitate it.
Sasa sisi tumekuwa kwa muda mrefu sana tukiomba hii barabara tangia tuwe wadogo mpaka sasa tunaelekea miaka 42. Mimi sijaona hii barabara ikiwekwa mora vizuri na kukanyagwa vizuri.
Those who are trying to fund people to do demonstration is pure politics. Let them do their politics, but let them not cheat our people. Let them stand for elections. Let's go to the ballot, and these wananchi are very clever. They will decide who to vote for and who not to vote for.
Well, that report brings us to our first break here on Lunchtime News. Don't go too far, we still have more news coming up.
For celebration, and that is the reason I decided to come with my heart. Now you say sarangia dao.
Umesema unausanga mahindi?
Nausanga mahindi.
Unausanga mahindi ama unausanga mahindi? Tuache sisi si watoto yake.
Sasa wewe, kwanza wewe vile unakuwa wewe ni mzee hata kuliko hiyo mzee. Unaweza kuwa mtoto ya mzee kwa na wewe ni mzee.
Na nikisema nilitoka premature.
Ati?
Nikisema nilitoka premature masiku.
Sasa ukitoka premature ungekuwa hivyo uko kweli mzee. Sasa wewe ni mtoto mdogo wewe.
Mimi na tata yangu.
Wewe una miaka ngapi?
Mimi 16. Kuna mahali mimi nishaikosana na wewe ama umesikia ati nimeipa mahali pesa?
You are very romantic and professional.
Sina swali lingine kwa bibi yangu.
신발은 다른 누군가가 갖다 놨을 수도 있지 않습니까?
그럼 타살이란 얘긴데, 아니 누가 이 신부님을 살해하겠습니까? 쪽에서는 그 수산이 부검이 난리가 났습니다.
생각보다 일이 훨씬 더 커질 수가 있어요.
누구 맘대로야?
내 맘대로.
하니. 박탈?
그러니까
Unawezaje shika bibi ya mtu hivyo?
Hao wanawake wa Nairobi. Nagute, mshawahi kuja kumtembelea hospitalini?
You know I can really see through you, uncle, huh?
Tunajua umekasirika saa hii.
Let's go, Tiffany.
Unaona ni kama Kathy atakuja.
Maybe if he was a good wife, Dad would have been around. We'll be fine.
that cannot happen while Glenn and I are still alive.
You need to take it easy with your mother.
In this house, I am the boss.
I have a feeling Paul ni kama anajua.
Well, I'm planning to sit them down.
If you're not blood family, kindly step outside.
Now you understand why I told you have a lot to talk about.
Iwapo unakohoa, unahisi uchungu kwenye kifua, uchovu kila wakati, joto jingi mwilini, unakosa hamu ya kula au kupoteza uzito haraka bila kukusudia na kutokwa na jasho jingi usiku, waweza kuwa waugua TB.
In Kenya, we're in a rat race and we are caught in some machine that's rolling and we do not know how to stop the action. But it starts with us. It starts with that awareness. So tell someone, come on.
As they grow up, they'll tell themselves, for me to be safe, I need to be quiet. And most of the times as you grow up, you always withdraw.
TB yaweza kuangamiza jamii yako. Usikubali. Matibabu ni bila malipo katika hospitali zote za serikali.
Welcome back. This is Lunchtime News. The Association of Members of County Assemblies has dismissed a directive by the Kenya Kwanza leadership for them to call off the planned closure of county assemblies. MCAs have vowed to execute their plan unless their demands for ward fund, security, pension and salary review are addressed. AMCA Secretary General Stanley Karanja says they are fighting for the welfare of the MCAs and their decision should not be interpreted to mean something different. Early in the week, UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala directed all the Kenya Kwanza affiliated county assemblies to detach from decisions by third parties.
MCAs kote nchini Kenya haihusu chama, haihusu religion na haihusu mambo yote. It has no political inclination. Sisi tunasema ya kwamba mambo ambayo MCAs wanaongea, issues ambayo MCAs wanaongea ni welfare.
Tunajua ya kwamba SRC is an independent institution. The MCAs are engaging with SRC na ya kwamba sisi Kenya tunaomba kutoka kwao ni usaidizi, watuongezee push ya kwamba ile haki yetu iweze kutendeka.
And we are not resenting until each and every MC within the country has a word fund whereby even procurement will happen at that basic level for the purpose or for the sole purpose of helping mwananchi at the basic level.
Council of Governors Deputy Chair Stephen Sang says the proposed construction of county aggregation and industrial parks in all counties will consolidate agricultural produce and take advantage of the international market while creating jobs and benefit smallholder farmers. Here is Regina Manyara with the details.
The government has started rolling out the county aggregation industrial parks in an initiative to reduce post-harvest losses, spur value addition of agricultural produce, and increase earnings for farmers. The rollout is being implemented in 3 phases, with the first batch of 5 counties financed to immediately set up the aggregation and industrial parks. 15 counties will be targeted in phase 2 of the rollout of county aggregation and industrial parks that starts next month, with the remaining being rolled out in the 2024-2025 financial year.
These parks will boost the overall national agro-processing, increase farmer income, create jobs, and reduce post-harvest losses, and connect counties through commodity exchange and warehouse receipting, and consolidate Kenya's produce for the export market.
Under the plan, the national government is offering each county 250 million shillings for setting up a county aggregation and industrial park, with county governments expected to match the contribution to make an initial capital of 500 million shillings.
We really want to work on that. We are working on our infrastructure. We are also positioning our counties as investment places where you can invest in specific value chains to process not just for Kenya, but also for the region and for Africa.
The county aggregation and industrial park will be a platform for bulk purchasing and selling of various agro-produce locally as well as across the borders.
This presents an opportunity of transforming Kenya's agriculture sector into a high-value added industry through counties.
He rallied both local and international investors to tap into this opportunity that will offer farmers new markets and grow their income, as well as create job opportunities in the processing and packaging industries for the youth. Regina Manyara, reporting for KBC Channel 1.
Moving on, degrading ecosystems and landscapes and competition over natural resources as a result of climate change are exacerbating conflict dynamics in several hotspots across Africa. This is according to a study by the United Nations Development Programme that indicates that climate change and macro trends affecting job opportunities, transhumance and settlement patterns. The report further indicates that a climate change leads to intensified tensions between and within communities, and there is need for implementation of policies that link livelihood benefits to conservation of natural resources.
If we really want to address the climate-related security risks head-on, then we need to really invest in solutions that are truly local and that are based on evidence. But we also need to make sure that there is more coherence between what we see at the policy level, at the regional and national level. We have already taken on board the recommendations of this report. We are now working very closely with IGAD. We are looking at addressing the root causes of fragilities in this region.
We all know that it is a matter of urgency to address the climate crisis, the rapid loss of biodiversity, and environmental degradation, and to prevent conflicts and build peaceful societies. We must act on these critical issues through joint and collaborative effort. This requires a flexible way of working with collaboration across sectors and organizations. It requires linking global policy, work with experiences and learnings from the local, national, and regional levels, especially the learnings from local communities.
Sugar prices could remain high as licensed importers grapple with a global sugar shortage. According to a report by the Sugar Directorate, sugar imports dropped 85% to 14,034 metric tons in April.
Global sugar prices have surged to an 11-year high as large producers experience reduced cane production. Bad weather in Asia and South America has suppressed sugarcane production. In India, which is the second largest producer of sugar in the world, has restricted sugar export to cater for their domestic demand due to low rainfall in their sugar-producing regions. Brazil, which is the leading sugar producer globally, is also grappling with poor rains. This has seen the global white sugar price average $675.69 per ton, up from $586.92 ton in March. To cushion Kenyans against high prices, the government has given permits to importers to ship in 100,000 tons of zero-rated sugar to stabilize prices. However, according to the Sugar Directorate, only 14,000 metric tons of sugar was imported in April, an 85% drop from 93,880 in March. During the period under review, the landing cost of refined sugar averaged 79,571 shillings per ton, compared to 68,656 shillings per ton in March. The weighted ex-factory sugar price for April averaged 7,054 shillings per 50 kg bag, up 6% from 6,659 shillings per 50 kg bag in March. Benson Ruba reporting for Lunchtime News.
The cost of commodities and services in Sudan are rising due to supply and transportation challenges amidst heavy intermittent fighting between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. Clashes that broke out on April 15 disrupted markets, causing massive supply chain challenges and unprecedented price hikes. Details of these and more in stories from around the continent.
Looting has become a problem in the capital city of Khartoum, a business hub for Sudan's key industries and services that sits close to areas of intense fighting. More than 100 factories or other establishments have reported damage or theft. At the same time, trade routes into Khartoum have been blocked and operations at the country's main port were suspended, leaving civilians with price hikes of more than 60% of basic commodities like fuel. Sudan is a key exporter of commodities like sesame, peanuts, gold and livestock, but the economy has been impacted by years of sanctions and international isolation, alongside mismanagement and corruption, leading to skyrocketing inflation and continued currency devaluations. Meanwhile, Tunisia's domestic grain production has slumped following successive years of scarce rainfall, which experts warn could threaten food security. Authorities say they plan to import 95% of the country's grains amid concerns about the availability of produce following disruptions caused by the Ukraine conflict. The cereal producers said 4 successive years of drought and unseasonal heat have devastated crops in the country. The government has been trying to reassure the public that it has sufficient stocks to ensure the availability of bread amid growing complaints from consumers and bakers. The average grain harvest over the past decade has been 1.5 million tons, compared to consumption of 3.4 million tons in Tunisia. Finally, the Special Fund for Equipment and Intermunicipal Intervention FACOM approved a total of 30.6 billion Cameroonian francs in loans and grants to Cameroonian decentralized local authorities last year. This amount is down 37% compared to the 48.6 billion Cameroonian francs approved the previous year. However, FACOM transferred more than 109.7 billion Cameroonian francs as equalization resources to CTDs over the period under review. These are communal taxes centralized by the Special Fund and redistributed to the CTDs to reduce wealth gaps and inequalities between them.
China's courier companies are stepping up efforts in improving services due to the rising express delivery volume and increasing demands of the Chinese consumer market. According to the data released by the State Post Bureau on Thursday, China's express delivery service had handled 50 billion delivery packages as of Wednesday this year. The sector took 39 days to handle 10 billion parcels and 67 days to reach the 20 billion mark. Details of these and more in news from around the globe.
The data demonstrated the robust growth of the express delivery industry and their resilience and potential in the Chinese consumer market. For this reason, China's courier companies are throwing their big investments into perfecting the services. In Jianyang Airport Economic Industrial Park in the southwest China's Sichuan province, the project of the Southwest Regional Headquarters of the Zone Transport Office Express, a leading Chinese express delivery company, has entered the final stage of the main construction. Local authorities also go to great pains in improving the traffic network between the park and Chengdu Tangfu International Airport, which has attracted many logistic enterprises to settle down there. Besides, with more airline routes also being launched, the whole industry has already seen a total of 161 domestic express cargo planes put into operation. Meanwhile, South Korea on Friday announced new sanctions against a North Korean hacking group, Kim Suk-hee, which it accused of being involved in the North's latest satellite launch attempt. The hackers are known to conduct spear-phishing campaigns, posing as real journalists, academics, or other individuals with credible links to North Korean policy cycles. On Wednesday, North Korea launched its first spy satellite into space, but that ended in failure, with their booster and payload plunging into the sea. South Korea's ministry said the latest sanctions demonstrate Seoul's will to make North Korea pay for its provocations. Finally, British Airways has been fined $1.1 million by the US government over claims it failed to pay refunds for cancelled flights during the pandemic. The US Department of Transport said the airline had not provided timely refunds to passengers for abandoned or rescheduled flights to and from the country. It said it had received more than 1,200 complaints about the airline, and BA rejected the claims. According to the Transport Department, from March to November 2020, BA's website instructed consumers to contact the carrier by phone to discuss refund options, including for flights the carrier had cancelled or significantly changed. From March to November 2020, misleading information on BA's website led consumers to inadvertently request travel vouchers instead of refunds. British Airways will be credited $550,000 towards the penalty because it paid more than $40 million in refunds to consumers with non-refundable tickets in 2020 and 2021.
And now in the sports arena, English Premier League champions Manchester City will face local rivals Manchester United in an epic FA Cup final clash tomorrow evening at the Wembley Stadium.
Manchester City have